Постоянно вынуждая.
The birth of mixed martial arts at the dawn of the 90s turned the post-Soviet era into a true training ground for generations of fighters, decades later having brought up a whole galaxy of old school legends as well as modern-era stars. Local promotions still remain in the MMA Premier League. In this edition of the Top 10 we recollect the most insane knockouts on the canvases of
На левой руке сейчас была.
Mother Russia, the incredible story of Red Tarzan overflowing with insane triumphs. And of course crazy incidents deserves a separate chapter in the book of MMA. As wild as he looks viciously, Dotsik moved to St. Petersburg at the age of 18 to devote himself to Thai boxing. Outrageous behavior quickly made Dotsik the star of the local fight clubs, but few could have imagined that an occasion would turn the red-haired Tarzan into a no-holds-barred legend. The world A champion Andrei Arlovsky was going to make his debut at the M1 tournament in April of 1999, but at the
last moment he missed out on his opponent Dotsik, who was just a spectator. Did not turn down the unexpected challenge to enter the cage. Arlovsky was left without an opponent. The event coordinators knew that I was in the arena and offered the fight. I said no problem, my boxer comes flying across them, in the battle of the two heavyweights despite Dotsik's burst of
and Dotsik, what
activity. It's a wildly technical move, and Arlovsky controlled the action. But in the 7th minute MMA once again demonstrated its unpredictability.
What will happen next? And here we go.
Failing to evade a killer right hand, Arlovsky unwittingly gave the audience what they came for. Of course. Although the future UFC champion will redeem himself with a series of victories in the M1, the KO and 6 extravagant interview remain. Unforgettable to this day. Arman Aspanov, a student of the Kazakhstan A__A circumflex school, has always preferred vertical combat to scrapping in close quarters. Having earned a name for himself on the regional scene, by 2017 he made his debut in the ACB League with a score of 8-0 at the 61st event. His opponent was the Japanese featherweight Taichi Nakajima. But despite a threefold superiority and experience, all the hopes of the samurai to win were shattered by Borat's.
Oh! We asked about who would throw the spinning attack first.
Neighbor in the second round. Build a prototypical O. We asked about who would throw the spinning attack first. A spawn-off started with a bang in the promotion with a knockout of the year contender. However, he lost twice in a row. After that, he returned to Aka 95 against a dangerous finisher Loma Lee Esquive. Throughout the first 5 minutes, Esquive was confidently moving forward, but towards the end Aspanov managed to
rushing in,
find his rhythm. The second round summed up the fight with a fateful blow. Rushing into attack, Loma Lee ran into a
Growing up in the same gym with Khabib Nurmagomedov, Rustam Khabilov was once considered to be no less promising of a fighter than the UFC lightweight champion to be. Khabilov first demonstrated the makings of a potential star back in 2009. The unbeaten Tiger had a 5-fight winning streak in MMA, and without hesitation agreed to meet with Turkish striker Akin Duran in the M1 ring. Not intending to waste any time at all, Rustam in the opening seconds took his opponent into a bear hug and sent him flying first class on Dagestani Airlines.
Punches. Suplex. Has his head. He's out cold. Wow. Landed on his head.
The suplex suplex machine from Dagestan surpassed all expectations, and for the first time in his career, sent his opponent on a long trek through the astral dimension. Khabilov would only be lucky enough to have his next knockout victory occur 3 years later, making Nazir Kadizhev his victim in Pro FC. By proving his superiority, Khabilov finally got UFC's attention. In 2011, the Chechen middleweight Adam Khaliev generated an instant hit in the world of epic knockouts. This was only his second performance in MMA for the honored kickboxing and kudo master. His opponent that evening was Alexei Belyaev, who had 24 fights already under his belt. But after easily destabilizing the enemy's defense with a series of amplitude kicks, Adam demonstrated his fighting genius in all his glory. Khaliev floored his opponent with an impressive tornado kick. And got his hands on the belt of the local organization S70 a year later. But taking an unexpected break from his professional career right after signing with UFC, he returned with only a single fight in 2019. Albert Tumenov is best known as a calculating striker and as a heavy hitter. Confirming the title of a masterful puncher, the welterweight has all his finishes exclusively by way of knockout. With a record of 16-4, he moved from UFC to the Russian League ACB and faced the Shooto Brazil champion Ismael de Jesus. Tumenov, not caring for the beauty of wrestling, went for another masterpiece in his collection at the very first minute.
Back in your home country of Russia and... I talk about pressure! That's the answer!
By welcoming his opponent with a combination that sent his stiff body collapsing onto the canvas, Tumenov laid the foundation for getting the title. Career growth was not long in coming, and by 2019, Albert became the ACB champion, and also took the gold of the newly formed ACA promotion. A formidable puncher and recent league champion, Beslan Ushukov, was the first to dispute his throne. The opening round turned out to be rather nervous. In the second round, Ushukov tried to drown his opponent in deep waters, but Tumenov showed how good he was at swimming. After returning to a vertical position, Albert made the opponent stretch on the canvas with an accurate uppercut. The ACA's welterweight Gamzat Khanov in September of 2020 had 10 wins in his last 11 appearances. Undoubtedly, he was considered the favorite against the veteran Lomali Nalgiev. In the beginning of the fight, Gamzat Khanov was clearly doing better.
To be defending, there we go. Little jab, push it.
The plan was to wrestle his opponent to exhaustion before they could hear the gong. But Nalgiev figured out the best possible move to turn the game upside down.
20 seconds round. Oh, there's the up kick. Wow! Lom Ali Nalgiev.
A sudden axe kick from the laying position awed not only the audience, but also Gamzat Khanov, who dropped his hands at the wrong time. A thunderous knockout echoed throughout the arena.
Oh, there's the up kick.
A spectacular